Dear friends, we will continue our lecture number 27 on evolutionary biology. So, last time we have seen three different types of isolating mechanisms and their examples, that is of the limpets, then moth and a rabbit, how they isolated from the different habitats. Now we will see the artificial selection theory. The artificial selection theory is another supplementary theory proposed by Darwin, and it is similar to natural selection theory. In natural selection, the environment is the operative force and it selects the animal with favorable and desirable characters. In artificial selection, man selects the animals and plants with desirable characters. The desirable characters here means the characters which are useful for the welfare of human beings. For example, the reproduction of a large number of eggs by hen, the reproduction of more quality of milk by cow, good yield in crops, etc., are the desirable characters. So these desirable characters are obtained by crossing different varieties and by careful selection of better varieties. The different varieties of domestic animals like cow, poultry, birds, dogs, crops, and vegetables are produced by man by artificial selection. So Darwin argued that if man can produce new varieties by crossing different varieties, then there is a possibility for the formation of new species in nature. So artificial selection has generated untold diversity in both plants and animals. In agriculture, superior strains of corn, wheat, and soybeans have resulted from careful breeding. So selective breeding, also called as artificial selection, is the process by which humans are use humans use animal breedings and plant breedings to selectively develop particular phenotypic traits or characters by choosing which typically animal or plant males and females will sexually reproduce and have offspring together. So domesticated animals are known as breeds, normally bred by professional breeders, while domesticated plants are known as varieties or cultigens or cultivars or breeds. Two pure breed animals of different breeds produce a crossbreed, and crossbreed plants are called as hybrids. Flowers, vegetables, and fruit trees may be bred by amateurs and commercial or non-commercial professionals. So major crops are usually the provenance provenance of professionals. So in animal breedings, techniques such as inbreeding, line breeding, and outcrossings are utilized. In plant breeding, similar methods are used. Charles Darwin discussed how selective breeding had been successful in producing changes over time in his 1859 book on the origin of species. So its first chapter discusses selective breeding and domestication of such animals as pigeons, cats, cattle, and dogs. So Darwin's artificial selection theory proves all these things what we have already studied here, and natural selection and artificial selection. Actually, they produce naturally as in natural selection, or in artificial selection, we artificially breed the either plants or animals for the betterment or well-being of the human life, or we can call it as a well-being of the nature. But in artificial selection, the selective breeding was established as a scientific practice, and in agricultural revolution in 18th century, the artificial selection or artificial breeding improved a good yield of crops or good yield of wool in the fine boned sheep, and likewise. So we can also have good breeding, good milk producing cows, and likewise. So sheep are also sheep in Australia and North America, so shows contribution in a good breeding for the meat as well as for the milk. So backware also have the first to be breed cattle to be used primarily for beef. Actually, these animals are also used as food and also utilized for also utilized as a milk producing animals. So all these things are produced by this artificial selection and artificial breeding. He also bred the horse and produced new species or produced new variety. So Darwin coined the term selective breeding, has interested in the process as an illustration of his proposed wider process of natural selection. And Darwin used the term artificial selection twice in 1859, first edition of his work on the origin of species in chapter number 4. Then animal breeding. So animals with homogeneous appearance, behavior and other characteristics are known as particular breeds or pure breeds, and they are bred through killing animals with particular traits or characters and selecting for further breeding those with other traits. Purebred animals have a single recognizable breeds, and pure breeds with recorded lineage are called pedigrees or called as pedigreed. So crossbreeds are a mix of two pure breeds, whereas mixed breeds are a mix of several breeds and often unknown. So animal breeding begins with breeding stock, a group of animals used for purpose of planned breeding. So when individuals are looking to breed animals, they look for certain valuable traits in pure breed for the betterment of the new and good milk producing or good breeder variety. For example, the chickens, they intend to use it for the best production of eggs or meat and new young birds for further reproduction. So pure breeding aims to establish and maintain stable traits that animals will pass to the next generation. And by breeding the best of the best, employing a certain degrees of interbreeding, considerable culling and selection for uh, superior qualities, one could develop a bloodline superior in certain respects to a original base stock, and such animals can be recorded with the breed registry, the organization that maintains pedigree and stud books. So, however, single trait breeding for only one trait over all others can be problematic. And in one case mentioned by animal behaviorist Temple Grandin, roosters bred for fast growth or heavy muscles did not know how to perform typical rooster courtship dances, which alienated the roosters from hens and led the roosters to kill the hens after mating with them. So these are changes. Then the observable phenomenon of hybrid vigor stands in contrast to the notation of breed purity. So this may be depends on the variety what we utilize for the breeding of the plant either or animal. So these studies of in evolutionary physiology, behavioral genetics and other areas of organismal biology have also made use of deliberate selective breeding. In plant breeding, the plant breeding has been used for thousands of years and began with the domestication of wild plants into uniform and predictable agricultural cultigens. So high yielding varieties have been particularly important in agriculture, and they are produced for the good breeding uh, either grains or fruits or vegetables or likewise. Selective breeding in aquaculture, so it holds high potential for the genetic improvement of the fish and shellfish. Because in aquaculture these are the two best products, they are taken and used either livestock, then they have potential benefits because they are used as food by many people. This is because the high mortality led to the selection of only a few broodstock, causing interbreeding, inbreeding depressions, which then forced the use of wild broodstock, and this was evident in selective breeding programs for growth rate, which resulted in slow growth and high mortality. Control of the reproduction cycle was one of the main reasons, as it is a requisite for selective breeding programs. Artificial reproduction was not achieved because of the difficulties in hatching or feeding some farm species such as eel and yellowtail farming. A suspected reason associated with the late realization of success in selective breeding programs in aquaculture was the education of the concerned people or researchers or advisory personnel and fish farmers. So without a proper education or guidelines or uh, training, one cannot do the better for the production of the best variety or production of the good yield, either of the plant or animals. So this process both either good or may be failure. Therefore, we can have advantages and disadvantages of these both. So selective breeding is a direct way to determine if a specific trait can evolve in response to selection. A single generation method of breeding is not as accurate or direct, and the process is also more practical and easier to understand than sibling analysis. Selective breeding is better for traits such as physiology and behavior that are hard to measure because it requires fewer individuals to test than single generation testing. However, there are disadvantages to this process because a single experiment done in the selective breeding cannot be used to assess an entire group of genetic variations or variances. Individual experiments must be done for every individual trait, and these are necessary of selective breeding experiments to require maintaining the organism tested in the lab or in the greenhouse. So controlled mating can produce the better production. So here the topic is completed, and the questions are given at the end of this chapter as a multiple choice question, because our examinations presently uh, held on multiple choice question basis. So I have given here some multiple choice questions, and the answer were highlighted for your better and best understanding. So you go through these questions and answer the proper to the question. For example, in evolutionary terms, differences between closely related organisms are termed as variations, or we can say dash dash variations are germinal variations that occur in genes are the genetic variations. Then here variations dash dash variations are restricted to somatic part, and therefore it is called as somatic variation. In this way, you may go through the questions or the objective questions given at the end of this chapter. Actually, we have already seen the whole chapter word to word, line by line. But even though if you may have some problems, you may contact directly by telephone to me. One more example here is during dash dash inversion, a piece of chromosome breaks and joins at the same place after rotation. The sequence of genes is altered. So inversion, deletion, these are the chromosomal aberrations that we have already seen in the lecture 10. So chromosomal aberration includes deletion, inversion, translocation, etc. Duplication is one of them. So these are the objectives. Maximum objectives are given here for your better understanding. Dash dash describes the changes when extreme individuals are eliminated from the population. So here stabilizing describes the, so isolating mechanism we have already studied. So in stabilizing mechanism describes the changes when extreme individuals are eliminated from the population. So pre-zygotic, post-zygotic, both Darwin's experiments and his work on natural selection, all we have already studied. So objectives are completed. So unit number 5 we will study it in the next lecture. So till then we will have a break here.